$2,184. Not your paycheck. What's left after rent, insurance, groceries, gas, subscriptions, minimum debt payments, and the quiet little purchases you stopped noticing 6 months ago. That number sits on your screen at 12:43 a.m. while the apartment hums in silence around you. Chrome tabs open, bank app open, half-drunk coffee cold beside the keyboard. And somewhere between the spreadsheet and the exhaustion, you realize something uncomfortable. You did everything correctly. You went to school, you learned software, you answered emails fast, you became valuable, you built a respectable middle-class life, and now a machine does the hardest part of your job in 11 seconds. Not someday, tonight.
The email nobody talks about. It usually starts with language that sounds harmless. Operational restructuring, efficiency improvements, AI-assisted workflows. Marcus got the email at 9:17 a.m. on a Tuesday in Austin, Texas. 34 years old, UX designer, $118,000 salary, 2 monitors, standing desk, cold brew in the company fridge downstairs. 3 years earlier, Marcus felt like he had escaped. His father drove forklifts for 27 years in Tulsa, until his lower back gave out at 51. Marcus was supposed to be the upgrade. Clean office, remote flexibility, equity package, dental insurance, the modern version of safety. Then one client asked why they needed 6 designers when AI could generate 50 prototype layouts before lunch. Nobody argued. That's the strange part. No dramatic collapse. No robots walking through office doors. Just meetings becoming shorter. Teams becoming smaller, deadlines becoming faster, and eventually, one quiet sentence. We won't be replacing the role moving forward. Not because you failed, because software got cheaper than your existence. The first rule: technology does not destroy jobs equally. It targets the middle first. Not the billionaire at the top, not the minimum wage worker cleaning hotel bathrooms at 2 a.m. in Las Vegas. The middle. The people whose value depends on repetition, disguised as expertise. Accountants, copywriters, junior coders, graphic designers, paralegals, analysts, recruiters, customer support teams. You spent years becoming professionally competent at tasks AI learned in months. That's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The economic ladder that created middle-class stability was built on specialized knowledge, and AI is making specialized knowledge absurdly cheap. A law firm in Chicago used to pay 6 junior associates $84,000 each to review contracts. Now one senior lawyer uses AI software at 11:40 p.m. from his condo overlooking Lake Michigan while Spotify plays softly in the background. The software catches errors faster. No lunch break, no healthcare plan, no burnout, no salary negotiation, just subscription fees. The psychological break. The real damage isn't financial at first. It's psychological. You lose certainty before you lose income. Priya felt it first during a Zoom call in San Diego. 31 years old, marketing strategist, sharp, organized, the type of person who color codes Google calendars and replies to Slack messages within 4 minutes. Her boss shared screen. Look what the new AI campaign builder can do. The room laughed nervously while the software generated an entire ad strategy in under 60 seconds. Target demographics, email copy, visual concepts, predicted click-through rates. You could actually feel the atmosphere change. Not panic, something quieter, like realizing the floor beneath you might not be permanent. That night, Priya opened her laptop at 1:08 a.m. and ran the real spreadsheet. Savings, $14,281. Student loans, $41,906. Car payment, $517 per month. Rent, $2,340 per month. And for the first time in years, her salary stopped feeling like progress. It started feeling temporary. The shift. This is where society quietly splits into 2 groups: people who use AI and people AI uses. That sounds dramatic until you look at what's already happening. A 22-year-old with AI tools can now do the work that once required a junior editor, a research assistant, a copywriter, a thumbnail designer, a customer support rep, a social media coordinator. One person. Laptop. Wi-Fi, subscription stack costing less than a car payment. Meanwhile, corporations are watching payroll costs like predators staring at weak movement in the grass. Because salaries are expensive, health insurance is expensive, humans are expensive, software scales infinitely. You don't.
The lie about safety. For 20 years, the promise sounded simple. Get skills. Get stable income. Buy time back later. But stability was never actually stability. It was dependence, disguised as security. Ellis learned that in Seattle after getting laid off from a cloud infrastructure company making $146,000 a year. He thought crossing six figures would finally relax his nervous system. Instead, it upgraded his liabilities, luxury apartment, $780 monthly car payment, weekend spending that stopped feeling real because everything went on credit cards anyway. Then the layoffs came, and something strange happened after the severance package. He didn't miss the job first. He missed the identity, feeling of introducing himself at parties, the LinkedIn prestige, the illusion that he belonged to the protected class. That's what AI is really threatening. Not just income, status.
And humans will tolerate financial pain longer than status loss. The midnight calculation. There's a specific moment happening in apartments all across America right now. You know the one. Laptop glow in a dark room, bank account open, ChatGPT tab open beside it. You type things you never thought you would type. How can I make an extra $2,000 a month using AI? What jobs are safest from automation? How do people actually build online income? Because deep down, you can already feel the shift happening. The old path is cracking. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. That's why AI content exploded so fast online. It's not curiosity, it's survival instinct. People sense the ground moving beneath them financially, even if they can't fully explain why yet. The second rule. The future does not belong to the smartest people. It belongs to the fastest adapters.
That's colder than most motivational advice, because adaptation is emotionally violent. You have to let old identities die. The accountant who secretly starts learning AI automations at night after work. The teacher building digital income streams anonymously on weekends. The office employee using AI tools quietly before management even understands them. These people look paranoid at first. Then, 6 years pass, and suddenly they look early. History always treats early people like idiots right before treating them like visionaries. What nobody admits about wealth. Real wealth changes your relationship with fear first, not your lifestyle. The first time you cross $10,000 saved from AI freelancing or digital income feels enormous. Your chest physically tightens staring at the number, not because it's enough, because it's proof. Proof that money can now move without permission from employers. That changes something psychological inside you. You stop thinking hourly. You stop seeing jobs as permanent. You start noticing how fragile the old system actually was. And that awareness creates distance between you and people still emotionally attached to traditional stability. That's the lonely part nobody talks about. Not everyone wants the truth, because the truth demands transformation. The new middle class. The next middle class probably won't look like the old one. It may not come from corporations at all. It might come from individuals who understand leverage. One person using AI to run what used to require an entire small business team. A creator in Miami using automation tools to generate income from digital products while sitting in a one-bedroom apartment overlooking Biscayne Bay. A former recruiter in Denver building AI workflow systems for local companies, charging $3,000 setup fees.
A 26-year-old in Phoenix making educational finance videos at midnight because attention itself became an asset class. This is not fantasy anymore. It's already happening, quietly beneath the surface, and most people won't notice until the economic gap becomes impossible to ignore. The most dangerous phase. The dangerous phase is the transition period. Not fully old world, not fully new world. That's where you are now. The part where middle-class workers still think AI is interesting, while companies already calculate how many salaries they can eliminate next quarter. The part where people joke about AI-generated emails while algorithms quietly outperform entry-level employees, the part where millions still believe their degree alone protects them. And maybe the coldest truth of all, the economy does not care how long it took you to become replaceable.